here in the five worlds.
What's up guys, this is Barnman2205 and welcome to this little Spyro Reignited Trilogy impressions discussion little thing. This isn't quite the video that I planned on making. I recorded about an hour and a half worth of footage of me just playing like 2 levels or so of each game, and it was supposed to be my live reactions. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, YouTube just does not like that video. I don't know if it's like too big or whatever, but like YouTube just doesn't like it. So I've cut it down and I'm basically just going to give you this quick little discussion, and if all goes well, you should be seeing just some gameplay, little excerpts of that recording. But basically, what do I think of this game? I am absolutely in love with it. Basically, it plays exactly how I remember it playing. I haven't really had any moments so far of you know, like I did with the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, where you go for the jump that you've made several times before in the previous game, and you miss, and you're like, I don't know if I missed that. It kind of feels like the game kind of cheated me there, because I feel like I should have made that. I haven't had that problem at all with Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. It feels and plays exactly how I remember it, except it just looks it looks fantastic. There's a few of the character designs that I'm not 100% sold on. I think the Norks look kind of silly, but the Rhinox I love, and like the individual characters are a bit hit and miss, but overall I love it. I love the artistic direction they're taking with the dragons in Spyro 1, how they each now have their own personalities and distinct looks and feels, and it's great. It's really, really great. And in a lot of places where they haven't been able to get the original voice actors back, they've sort of at least tried to get it in the same sort of vein as the voice actors. So they've put in a lot of love, and the soundtrack is amazing. I actually think for Spyro 3, the soundtrack is better, in my opinion, than the original. Controversial opinion, I know, but that's honestly how I feel about it. And also, I love a lot of the, going back to the visuals real quick, I love a lot of the little visual touches that they have put into this game. For example, if you're going in Dark Hollow, there's just all these bookcases now. And in the opening cinematic, Nasty Nork's lair, he has all these motivational posters that he's put up of like empowerment and knowledge is spelled with a silent G and an N, like Nork. It's good. There's a lot of really good touches in there. And yeah, so yeah, I'll just go one by one. Spyro 1 is exactly as you remember it, except it's got nice little touches like the camera, well actually all 3 games, you can rotate the camera with the right stick, and it feels incredibly natural. At first I was like, that's gonna be so weird, I bet you I'm gonna keep trying to use the shoulder buttons, but no, it like the second you start playing it, you start fiddling around with that camera and it makes so much sense. The soundtrack, like I've said, Spyro 1 is my favorite soundtrack of all time, and the new one does it justice. It does very well. A lot of dynamic work with the soundtrack as well, like if you go through a tunnel, it echoes a bit more. I didn't actually get to show this off in the video, but when you die, it sort of does this echoed, like dampened version of the soundtrack that's still playing while it's reloading the level. It's really cool how it does it. And yeah, the dragons look amazing, all the visual touches look amazing, like it looks really great. Spyro 2, probably spent the least amount of time with, because, you know, it's Spyro 2, it's sort of the least interest, well no, that's not true, but I didn't spend as much time with it, but basically, I'm not sure about Hunter's new voice. He sounds more like a dude, bro. He's like, hey, how's it going, man? What's cracking? I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, it still looks great, soundtrack is great. So the monks in Colossus do not do the Y-I-I-O, which is such a tiny little thing, but it does make me sad. And then Spyro 3, I probably spent quite a bit of time with, because Spyro 3 is the one with all the different characters and different vehicles, and there's a lot of different controls, and I was curious to see how they hold up. So playing as Sheila the kangaroo, I think she handles a little bit better. It took me a while to get used to the jumps. I forget, is it the double jump? That where when you land on the ground, you press the jump button again and she just shoots up into the air. It took me a little bit to get the timing of that one down, but once I got used to that, like she handles great, and then I did a bit of the skateboarding as well, and it feels exactly the same as it did, for better and for worse. And as I said when I did my actual reaction, at least no improvement is better than it getting worse. Like with the Crash Bandicoot 3, I feel like a lot of the vehicles, especially the motorcycle levels, were worse than they were in the original, which is saying something because they weren't that great. So the fact that it feels exactly like it did, even though it wasn't that great, like, it's fine. Like I said, no change is better than a change for the worse, in my opinion. But for the most part, all of the changes are changes for the better. I keep on saying it, this game looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely beautiful, the lighting effects. Since making that video, I've actually played a little bit more, and like I noticed a really cool touch. The light bar on the PS4 controller, the color matches whatever color Sparks the Dragonfly is at that time, which is a neat little touch. And also, the game doesn't tell you this, but if you click in the left stick, Sparks actually points to wherever the nearest gems are. So if you sort of get to the end and you're like, ah, darn it, I missed one somewhere, you don't have to scour the entire map. You can click that and he hones in on it, which is really cool. The trophies are incredibly easy to get. I've almost platinumed the first Spyro game and it's been, what, like 24 hours? Like, they're incredibly easy. For anybody who cares about that sort of stuff, you will get 95% of it just by, like, going through the game. There's like one or two that you sort of have to go out of your way for. Well, not one or two, there's a couple, but like the majority of it. And like you'll get them for the randomest stuff. Like in the, I actually got it in the video, in the Dark Hollow level, there's like the 2 random fireplaces, and if you light them up, it's like, bam, there's a trophy for it, and you're like, okay, cool. But yeah, I guess that basically is a quick little summary of my thoughts. I love this game. And I guess it probably is worth mentioning, if you have played the originals, and you have the nostalgia for the originals, this is absolutely amazing and totally worth it. If you've never played them before, I don't know, like, I look at them with rose-tinted glasses, so I do love them. Comparing them to a lot of similar games of today, like if you stacked these up next to Super Mario Odyssey, like, there is no question that Mario Odyssey is a superior game in every single way. You know, but it's really good, and if you're curious, definitely check it out. I think they're really great. They are fairly easy. They're fairly easy games. But you know, if you're just looking for something fun, something to chill out to while you're waiting for Smash Bros, like I am, like, it's a good option. It's a lot of fun. Would recommend the purchase. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for checking out this video. If you liked it, give it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Are you playing Spyro Trilogy? What do you think of it? Or have I persuaded you to get it or not get it? I don't know. Let me know, and thank you so much, guys. Please keep it real and keep it Barnman.